Hi, Leos. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what you don't see coming. What's next in love? What's coming your way? Any energy around you that you might not be aware of. So let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what your cards are saying. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that was newly guided here. If Spirit's saying, hey, stop here, take a look at this reading, there's probably a reason. There's no coincidences. So welcome. Spirit, please share with me for my Leos. I'm a Leo, August 15th. For those of you that don't know, I'm a proud Leo. So let's see what the Leos say. Spirit, please share with me. Loving energy, what we don't know, what's coming our way. What's coming in? I am listening for you now, Spirit. I'm having fantasies about you. Okay, so, hey, let's face it. I've got a crush on you. I'm definitely attracted to somebody. I'm wondering what it would be like to be with that person. Physically attracted to you. So it happens. It definitely happens, right? I have somebody who's an extrovert, okay, a little bit outgoing. You have a future with me. All right. So is this the person whose Spirit is bringing into your life, or has this person just come into your life? I've been purposely putting I love this card. Excuse me. I've been purposely putting myself in places you go just for the chance to see you. How do I say it? Are they stalking you? Are they scoping you out? Are they, they've got an eye on you. It's just this sense of like, who are you and what are you doing? It could be somebody, in an environment that you both are going to, like the gym, okay? And they know that you go there at about the same time every day or whatever days. So they make a point of going there. Maybe they don't step on the same treadmill right next to you, but maybe they're, in the vicinity so they can catch a glimpse of you. They could be trying to figure out, are you single? Are you available? Can I start a conversation with you without, crossing that line of, I'm sorry, I've got a relationship? Because a lot of people are in relationships, but they don't have a ring on their finger. They could be living with somebody and they're not engaged. They could be, a significant other and they just don't have a ring. So how can you tell? You got to ask. So sometimes you're trying to figure it out. I watch when you aren't looking. Yeah. You've got I'm going to put this politely. Let's see. Do you have a romantic stalker? Do you have a romantic love interest? Okay. I'm going to say it that way. Maybe that sounds nicer. A love interest that's stalking you. And you know what? Maybe you're stalking them. Maybe it's in reverse. Maybe you're trying to figure them out. So how cute, but it's a sense of, who are you? I like that. Spirit, please share with me what's going on around this love interest. You've caught somebody's eye. They're definitely trying to put themselves in your vicinity for some reason. So they are trying to either grab your attention or get to know you a little bit more. I have a Magician. A little bit of a show-off energy came in there. I have a Justice card. I have a King of Swords. And I have a Five of Wands. Now, the Justice and the Five of Wands, this person could be going through a divorce, because it felt like when I put the Justice card down, it was almost a feeling of, I'm available, but I got a lot on my plate, but I'm still kind of interested, so they could be just have come out of a divorce. They could be, the Five of Wands is kind of like, I'm still maybe battling something. I'm still kind of struggling through some paperwork or fighting with my ex or something like that. I do feel like this person is outgoing in a sense because of the Magician and the King of Swords. So a little bit of a show off energy, I would say it that way. But I think that they're trying to get your attention. I think they kind of like, hey, look at me. All right. Um, mm, Maybe it's turning you off. Maybe they're like they need to relax. It's the person who is trying to impress you, and you kind of think of them as you're going a little overboard. So maybe they just need to relax and act like themselves, because you're going to be attracted to the real person, not the person who's kind of putting on a show just to catch you. And I think a lot of people do that, unfortunately. It's the person that when you first date them, and short of them giving you how much money they make, they're kind of like, I do this and this and this and this, and this is how much I'm worth. And and it's like, did I ask you for a financial review of who you are? But somehow they feel like you want to know that information, and it's a turnoff. So there's something about, it's a boasting energy coming in. So bragging, boasting, and the fact that it's a shame because they underneath is this really nice kind of crushing energy. So they gotta cool it. They gotta cool it. They gotta calm down. They're coming on too strong. They are. Knight of Swords. There's a sense of, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. They're just coming on too strong, and they're going to appear desperate. So the best thing you can say to them is just kind of like, relax. I'm not going anywhere. And if you like them and you see a good quality in them, then maybe the good quality, look at maybe, yeah. Oh, they could be the person you're supposed to be with. And maybe they see that and they're just so excited about you, and they're just kind of acting goofy and weird. I want them to get over it. And I think that how they're going to get over it is you just saying, I'm not going anywhere. And I do want to get to know you, and just kind of relax, just, you don't have to say and do anything that, I don't need to be impressed. Okay. I'm not really interested in your net worth. Okay. Like at this stage, I want to have a cup of coffee with somebody or a drink. So there's something going on with me with that. They're trying a little too hard. Oh, I'm going to give them credit. I am going to give them credit. I will tell you that, because I have a hermit. They're trying not to be alone. So I would give somebody credit who at least is trying, as opposed to the person who has that facade on that's like, well, look at me, and if you want me, you got to come get me. No, I'm going to give them credit for trying. I am. I think that, A for effort. Okay. And there's something about this person that I really, really like with this Lover's card. So time, it will happen in the near future. This is going to have a snowball effect, is what they're showing me. It's off to a shitty start. I'm sorry. They turned you off. They went too fast. They came on too strong. You kind of know that they've got a thing for you, but it's so obvious, it's embarrassing. And it just kind of snowballed. Okay. And then I don't know, maybe we have a truce of some kind. Maybe we just say, you know what, let's just start all over again, because that was all so weird. But it's okay. I feel like at the end of the day, it's all going to be okay. A new career, new job, promotion. Maybe that's what he or she's bragging about. Look at me. Who cares? Do I like you as a person? A message. Okay, pick up your phone. maybe they reach out and say, oh, I came on a little too strong. I'm sorry. Can we just talk? Can we go out for a drink? I didn't mean to hit on you, or I hope I didn't cross the line. Yeah. So maybe this person backs off, but comes back at you with a kind of the real person underneath all of this kind of crazy. And you see that side of them, and you say, why don't you just come forward this way to begin with, because this person I like. But people do weird things in the beginning. This is not a good start. It's a shitty start. It is. Gossip. Watching every move. Success. Haters. I don't know. Maybe this person's a little bit too social for you. Like let's just say they're at the gym. They're the social butterfly at the gym. They know everybody. They know everybody's name. They know what's going on. They say hi to everybody. You go to the gym, head down. I don't want to talk to anybody. I got my ear things in. I want to just run on the goddamn treadmill and not talk to somebody. And then I want to leave. So it's like two different personality types. I go to the gym to socialize and work out. And the other one is like, I'm just here to exercise. I'm not here to flirt. In fact, I'm in sweatpants. So, or stretchy pants, whatever they are. So there's something going on with that. But either way, if you're meant to be, it's going to work out. You're total opposites. You are. And that's probably what has happened. Maybe this is the type of person that you just never saw yourself with. But it could be the best thing that's ever happened to you. Maybe someday we'll look back at it and say, we had such a crazy start. Like, what was that? You acted so bizarre. Maybe you'll make fun of them someday. I think you will. I have an Aquarius held together. Okay, they're holding it together. A people pleaser. Yeah, that's right up there with this personality. They're a people pleaser. Structured, all buttoned up, trying to put on a good show. So a corset, thank God we don't wear them anymore. I mean, I would be dead. I mean, it held you in so that people thought that was your figure. And then you had something over that, but it was pulled tight with the strings in the back, and it was pulled tight and sucked you in. So their first impression of you is, wow, look at that beautiful figure. Look at that little tiny waist. Isn't that wonderful? And then, reality is you untie the string and poof, and the real body comes out. Are they tying themselves up to give you this impression of themselves so that is how they want you to see them? And you're going to be a day where they have to take off that corset and you see the real figure. Bedroom. I'm definitely sexually attracted to you. I am. I'm physically attracted to you. Maybe I'm obsessing over you just a little bit. There is a Scorpio energy here coming in. So a little bit of a, kind of that strong energy of a Scorpio. I have a library energy. I want to get to know you is how it's coming into me. I just feel like this person is just looking to see who you are and what you're all about. And they want to dig deeper, they want to research you. So there's that kind of feeling. I have a crystal ball. I wish I had a crystal ball. Again, I've got this kind of Scorpio energy coming in here. A future planning, a gut reaction to you. So is their intuition telling them that you're the one? And, sometimes people, they just act different. you know, when they're nervous or they aren't, you know, this is a great example of somebody who just needs to calm down and not come across as so desperate. And there will be a day that they do. It's just the beginning is just horrific. I feel like they're going to be super, super lucky that you gave them a second chance, a second look. But I do feel like they kind of talk to you about it or they message you like, okay, I crossed the line. You know, maybe I was a little too flirty. Maybe I was a little too assertive, something like that. And I feel like you say, yeah, I think you were. And then they say, all right, truce, I'm going to behave myself. And but they could just be so excited about you that they're just coming on too strong. And you have to say, cool it. You know, Leos aren't desperate. And that could be part of it too. It's you. I'm not a chaser. So somebody coming at you, a Leo is going to be like, you know, what are you doing? So I think it's a phony energy. I think there's a day that you're going to laugh at it. I do. I feel like you're opposites in some way. I feel like you're going to look back at it and say, I can't even believe we ended up together after all that. Fun stuff. Queen of Cups, you know, at the end of the day, there's going to be these beautiful feelings. A Five of Wands. I have a King of Wands. Yeah, the Five of Wands and the King of Wands working together is interesting because that feels like this person's like totally into you and they're holding back. They're fighting themselves. And the battle is, I'm going to look like a sleazy pig coming after you. So I better cool it. You know, so they're just, it's like a battle within themselves. They're just totally, maybe they don't even know what they're doing. You know, they're just out of their mind with a crush of some kind. I have a Six of Swords. Oh, make or break moment. Bottom of the deck, I have a Lover's card. I do feel like there's, in the Sun, there's definitely a feeling of you either start to push them away. They are just too much for you. And then there's this kind of second chance. I mean, it's not a no contact or, you know, reunion. It's a false start. It's a bad start. And it's kind of the pushing away. And then somehow this energy comes back and it goes in a circle. And it feels like, all right, let's try this again. That's really what's going on. Let's try this again. You know, like, I don't know what we just did, but it wasn't good. You know, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Maybe it's your story. It's just how you guys are going to get started. And everybody's got their own story of how you get there. But funny stuff. Spirit, please share with me. I'm learning many spiritual lessons because of you. This journey has been a roller coaster. I do feel that. You have my heart and make me feel whole. You are my one and only true love. So they could be feeling something very special for you right from the beginning. And it's really hard for them to say, I have to go through all these steps to be with you. I never believed in love at first sight. There you go. Until I looked deep into your beautiful eyes. You could have knocked the socks off of this person. And it truly is a love at first sight for them. And they are just acting totally crazy about it. Like nobody has ever hit me the way that you hit me. So they just couldn't, you know, are not acting like themselves for some reason in the beginning. No one has ever made me want to change my behavior until I met you. All right. So something is said where we say, I'm not going anywhere. Let's give this a try. Just relax. Okay. So it's all good. You have the ability to tame the beast in me. One look into your eyes and I turned to mush. So you captured them very, very quickly. And I think that surprised them. So what did we say in the beginning? First of all, there was this kind of fantasizing about you for sure. Then we had this this feeling of, what did I call it? The romantic love interest that's stalking you. And that's exactly what it is. It was for them, it's love at first sight. Who are you? I got to get in front of you. I got to jump up and down and catch your attention somehow. And it's just this kind of roller coaster in the beginning. So I'm going to say get ready for a ride with this person. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. How fun. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate them. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, KathyMamolen.psychicmedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel, my Twin Flame channel for some additional readings, and the links are in the description below. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you did too. And I hope whoever has this crazy crush on you works out. We'll see you soon.